Today we have another true crime video. I'm also going to be playing with these dominoes while I tell you the story. This case is an unsolved case. It is the case of D.B Cooper. Which is one that has always interested me personally. Just because it's quite old and it's never been solved. So it was on November 24th, 1971. It was the day before Thanksgiving. And a man who identified himself as Dan Cooper approached the counter of Northwest Orient Airlines at Portland International Airport. He purchased a one-way ticket on a flight to Seattle, and he used cash to pay for the ticket. It was just a 30-minute flight. Cooper took a seat at 18C and he ordered a bourbon and soda. He then gave flight attendant Florence Schaffner a note. She assumed that it was just his phone number, so she placed it in her purse. He then told her that he had a bomb and she should read the note, which she did. He then told her to sit down next to him, and he showed her the bomb that was in his briefcase that he was carrying. And he gave her his demands, which was $200,000, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by to refill the plane. The flight attendant went then and notified the pilot of what was happening, and the pilot notified air traffic control, and they notified local and federal authorities. The president of Northwest Orient Airlines authorized payment of the ransom, and he ordered all of the employees to cooperate fully with Cooper. The passengers were told that they could not land in Seattle right away due to some technical issues. plane circled for about 2 hours to allow police and FBI time to assemble Cooper's requests, as well as to get emergency personnel there just in case. At 5:24 p.m., Cooper was notified that his demands had been met, and at about 5:40, the plane landed at Seattle Tacoma Airport. The money and parachutes were delivered to Cooper, and he then ordered all the passengers off of the plane. The plane was then refueled, and at about 7:30 p.m. the plane took off. It only had 5 people on board: the pilot, co-pilot, a flight attendant, a flight engineer, and Cooper himself. 2 fighter jets were scrambled and followed behind, one above and one below, so they could stay out of Cooper's sight. Once they reached a certain height, Cooper ordered everyone to get into the cockpit, and then he jumped out of the plane. The plane then landed shortly thereafter. The FBI swarmed it, as it was not confirmed that Cooper was gone. After a search of the plane, it was then that they confirmed that Cooper had in fact jumped out of the plane. And then the investigation began. Witnesses and flight attendants stated that Cooper seemed familiar with the local terrain, as he correctly identified landmarks below. They stated that he did not seem nervous, and he was rather nice, never cruel or nasty. He was described as a man in his mid-40s, between 5 foot 10 inches and 6 foot tall. He was wearing a lightweight black raincoat, loafers, a dark suit with a white shirt. 66 unidentified fingerprints were recovered from the plane, as well as Cooper's tie, his tie clip, and 2 of 4 parachutes. The FBI immediately started the search for Cooper. They developed sketches. Possible suspects were questioned. Ground searches began. However, no traces of Cooper or his equipment was found at that time. In February of 1980, a child who was vacationing with his family uncovered 3 packs of the ransom money. The FBI technicians confirmed that this was in fact a portion of the ransom money. No other portions of the money was ever located. Over the years, there have been many people who claim to be D.B Cooper, or that someone that they know is Cooper, but no one was ever positively identified as being Cooper. There are a lot of theories regarding Cooper's fate. Some people think that he made it, he landed, took off, and lived the rest of his life with the money. Like I said, there's been a lot of people who have come forward claiming to be him, or people stating that they know who he is, things like that, but they were never able to positively identify anyone as being him. I personally believe that he either died due to a bad landing with a parachute, or died due to the elements of wherever he landed. I don't think that he survived. Just because there was a lot of banks that were notified, that were given the serial numbers of the money, and nothing is ever turned up. But, I mean, who knows? There's never been a body recovered, and they did a lot of extensive searches in that area, so maybe he did make it out. If you have an opinion or a theory of what happened to D.B Cooper, I would love to hear it. You can just leave it in the comments below. Also, if you have any requests or suggestions for any other true crime cases, solved or unsolved, you can also leave those in the comments below, or you can reach me on Twitter, or send me an email. All that information will be in the description box below. I have been enjoying doing these videos. They are a little more work because I have to spend time researching fact checking, making sure I have the correct information. But I'm a pretty big true crime buff, so that doesn't really bother me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little short, but there isn't really a whole lot more to this case. We could get into theories a little, I guess, but I was kind of hoping that we could have that conversation in the comments below. I hope you have a wonderful, restful sleep.